Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world, and it is day 21, which is album 21, which is going to be Exotic Creatures of the Deep. Yeah, I I knew this would be a better listen this time around, but again, it's not one of the stronger albums. How did it rate last year? Let's see. Let's see where it is on the. So okay, it got to number 15 between plagiarism and Half Nelson. So yeah, you see what comes before it and what comes after. That was last year. Again, I'm not sure how it's going to add up this year, but I like that cover. I find it funny. It's not one of the better covers, but it's a good cover. All right, okay, let me just jump into it. I don't want to dawdle on too long. So, as you see, let's get focused in here. Okay, I want to make sure it's on the correct one. Okay, here we go. So the introduction did not, go up. Good morning. It's a great song, but I didn't want to give it an awesome. A strange animal went from a very good to a great, so I'm pretty happy with that. Even I can't believe you fell for all this crap in this song. That went up zero point 0.5 points. Let the monkey drive, and it stayed the same. The intro, I bumped it up to a 8.5, the same as the intro reprise. I bumped it up to an 8.5, which I should have done so in the first place last year to keep it even, because it isn't sweet little, bookend to that first part. So yeah, it deserved to be a little higher. And when I'm listening to it the second time around, I'm not letting the previous scores influence me at all. I have that put away. And it's only later when I come back and start putting it down what I think of the songs that I see how similar or not similar. Like, did it go up? Did it go down? Some of them I do remember, and some of them I don't. So, and I'm not letting it influence me. You see, that is pretty much how I see it. Lighten Up Morrissey, that's was the best song on the album for sure. I just love the style of it. It's so I mean, even though it still sounds like Russell and Sparks, it is one of their most unsparks like songs that sounds like any other kind of band would do it. But I don't know, it still hits in the right way. It's still such a great Sparks songs that they can make it sound like it should be a number one hit. You know. So I have a special place for that song in a way. Although it did rate super low on my on this list here. Lighten Up Morrissey got to the 50th spot. Whoa! Because all those other songs are unfortunately better. But we'll see how it pans out this time around. Because there's more than 50 top 10 so far that I'm pretty sure I'll have by the time I'm done this. So but I'm only concentrating on the top 50 of the number 10s, and then I'm ranking those at the end of the month, and to see which one is going to still be at the top. I'm predicting Angst in My Pants or This Town Ain't Big Enough is going to be up there in the top three for sure. All right, so let's finish this. But yeah, but as you see, I don't know, when I was listening to it this time, the director never yelled cut. Okay, that's an 8. Uh it's not bad. Okay, yeah. 8 is not bad, right? Then I kind of when Photoshop, so yeah, it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better than the director code yet cut, but only by a couple points. So I gave it zero point 0.3 points more. And then likable, oh no, I like that a little bit more. So I gave it a zero point 0.5. So you see those three last songs, they started going up in score a tiny bit. And yeah, so I guess the my least favorite song on the entire album, I guess, yeah, the director yelled cut. it pretty much goes to show my taste in music and and how I hear it and I see it, and things do improve. And now the next album that I have to listen to for Sparkstember, I said have, but I meant to say the album I get to listen to next will be the and why I say it that way because I don't have it. I don't own it. I have to listen to it on Spotify, and I don't enjoy it as much listening to it on Spotify. I prefer having the actual CD and listening to it. But then after that, I do own all the rest of the CDs. So everything else will be I'll be able to listen to it into my stereo. But yeah, the last one that I do not own is the Seduction of Igmar Bergman, which is the next one. That's album 22. That's tomorrow. All right, so I guess I'm done. I just want to quickly show you some of my progress on one of my projects. So I have three levels of projects. I have the number one, which is the special projects, which has a deadline of December 1st, and that one I'm sort of taking my time and dabbling here and there, making sure every line is perfect, and I do not want to rush it too much. I know I'm well above my deadline, and it's going to be a point where I'm going to sit down and remember though my special projects is not just one picture, it's three pictures that I'm sending him. But then there's level two, okay, level two projects, which is the mask. I still need to make another one. I was going to I was going to do something more to this. This is just again, I still did not do anything more to this rough outline, but I planned on it, and I was going to last night. But I went to my level three, my lowest level, art project that I was doing, which is my new and improved Sparks cover. You see how the blue kind of pops it out a little bit? I'm using I'm cheating a tiny bit and using this stencil here to put the and you see how I just kind of started to put the sparks in silver. I got a nice silver little pen that's gonna show up. I will be having it. I'll be using the same ones, and it will say nice and straight sparks here, and then balls here, and then there's going to be a third coating because there's two coatings. There was a gel pen, right, and then an acrylic paint marker on top of that, the blue one, and then I'm going to go through the whole front cover again, minus the silver where I'm going to put the sparks and the balls, and I'm going to finish them off with a purple. I don't know if you can see that properly with the lighting in that, but it's a metallic purple, and I'll give it a cool little sheen on there that it's gonna make it look so much nicer. That's only two coatings, but I need this third coating once and I'm gonna be working around the lettering, of course, and the way it has to go on, and I know this because I did some tests in one pen should be enough. But I'll be when I start the pattern, when I start the color it all in, because it's going to be consistent, right? I can't stop. I can't stop coloring. I have to continue and keep my pen on the and continue the whole thing systematically until it's done. I don't want I to keep the surface looking the right way. If I stop and I maybe take a break and start later, it might be okay, but I know that if I want to keep it a nice consistent coating, and look how perfect the circle is much more circular. There's still again a few flaws that like it bugs me. I didn't get it quite right, but I'm hitting my snowball here. But once I finish it, yeah, I love the contrast between the blue and yellow. All right, I have babbled on long enough. That was my review of Exotic Creatures of the Night, and I am going to attempt to make my video right after this before I still have to leave for work earlier. Is on Sundays. I usually don't have as much time to prepare and that and do videos, but I need to do another video. I could probably wait until tomorrow while I have more time. I managed to free up more time on my computer, so I should be able to focus on that, and it should come out without any glitches. But yeah, last night I don't want to get into it, but I was talking to my friend. Like my friend called at the worst time, but I didn't want to, I really wanted to talk to my friend. So, but I talked to him for like an hour and a half while I wanted to make a video. I wanted to make a video, but he called and I couldn't say, I don't want to stub my friends at all, and I never will, So I focused on him, and I'm glad I did so, but I postponed my video until later, and I'm not complaining because I'm so glad that I got to talk to my friend and everything, and everything's good and everything. So that was all great. It was just that when I tried to make the video after, there were so many glitches, and it started getting late, and it started getting later that I abandoned this, working on this, to work on the top project, for a little bit. So again, I'm not spoiling any of that until the the person I'm making the gifts for, which is, you all know, it's my best friend Larry Graves. But yeah, it's gonna be for him. All right, I'm done here. Just everybody, please, you know what I'm going to say. If you're watching this for the first time, go watch other videos first. Don't willy nilly subscribe to my channel. I want you to be happy and enjoy my channel. And yeah, I feel my next video is important. It's not your typical video. I'm not going to be talking about music. I'm going to be talking about some what I feel is important, and you'll see when we get there. But everybody, leave me comments, hit the like button, and everybody be safe, take care. I will see you on the flip side, and please, everybody, just have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.